Fire in a hole! Let's cook a bacon jam burger. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome once again to my backyard. What I got going on for you today, this is a pound of sugar cured, thick cut American pork belly bacon. And we're going to dice that up. I got my Micarto super sharp chef's knife here. I'm going to dice this up like that. And we're going to get that in my black iron pan and start cooking it down to make bacon jam. And it's a beautiful day, and that's why the airplanes are all flying around today. I live near a small airport and you can hear them. We just want to cut this down, dice it up a little bit, and when I get that diced up, I'll get it in my black iron pan and we'll get that cooking. So stay tuned. I've got that pound of bacon in my frying pan and we're just going to cook it. Slowly cook it. We don't want to make it crispy. We just want to cook it up a little bit, render out some of the fat. Get that whole pound of bacon fairly cooked through because we're making bacon jam with this. So we don't need it for it to be crispy. We just want to get some of the fat rendered out and get it cooked up a little bit, and then I'll bring you back for part 2 of bacon jam. I'll show you what we're going to do, so stay tuned. Now the bacon is cooked down nicely and a lot of the fat has rendered out of the bacon. It's by no means crispy or fully cooked, but it's getting there. What we got to do now is take a slotted spoon and get the bacon out of the pan into a dish, and then we got to dump the fat out of the pan and go on with step 2 of this, so stay tuned. I got the fat poured out of the pan. We're going to throw in 4 cloves of garlic that have been diced into that bacon fat. A little bit of bacon fat left in the pan. Then I've got 2 medium onions that have been diced. We're going to throw them in the pan. There you go. Okay, we're going to cook them up a little bit. Get that cooked up a tad. Oh man, the smell of that bacon and the smell of that onions cooking is just fantastic. Alright, let me get my onions cooked and my garlic and onions. You know what we can do now is we can season this a little bit with some of my, we're going to season it with some of my root boy rub. This is root boy rub number 1. Which is basically salt, pepper, and garlic. And we've also got some root boy rub number 2, which is a barbecue rub. I'm going to put a little of each of those rubs on there. If you don't have any root boy rub, what you should do is go down in the description and buy some, or you can just use some salt, pepper, and garlic and some barbecue rub of your choice in there on that onion to get that cooking. Oh yeah, it's looking good. Oh man, you gotta smell that, it's unbelievable. Just that rub alone smells so good. Look what a pretty thing it's done to the onion. Alright, let's cook the onion down a little bit and then we'll come back with another step, so stay tuned. My onions are nicely caramelized. What we gotta do now is pour in a ½ cup of apple cider vinegar. We're going to carefully measure out ½ cup of apple cider vinegar. Continue cooking the onions for a bit in that apple cider vinegar. Just for a little minute, that's all. Oh man, does that smell good. Okay, now we want to put some I got some hot sauce. This is optional. If you don't like hot sauce, don't mess with it. But I'm going to put a little bit of this hot sauce that I found. Captain Redbeard's Shark Bite Garlic Pepper Hot Sauce. Sounded good to me, so I'm just going to put a few shots of that in there. You know, you could leave that out if you're not a big fan of hot sauce, but I happen to be a big fan of hot sauce, so that's going in there next. Okay, let's get that stirred up a bit. Oh boy, that's kick the tripod. That's making it, that's bringing those onions up to a whole new level right there, let me tell you what. Okay, now it's time for the magic. The magic is Maker's Mark Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. We need a half a cup of that in there. So we're going to put a half a cup of straight bourbon whiskey in there. And I think my cup runneth over, don't you? So there you go with a half a cup of straight bourbon whiskey. And boy, let me tell you what, that smells amazing right there. That bourbon whiskey brings a flavor like you can't imagine. And for the last step, pardon me, we go back in with our onion or with our bacon. The most important thing. I think Aaron could probably just eat that bacon with a spoon right there, don't you think? I don't want any of that fat to get in there though. There we go. Get the bacon back in there. You stir that back up. Now that's got to simmer a while. So I'm probably going to move that off of the hot fire and just let it simmer and keep stirring it. Oh, it's beautiful already. That's my bacon jam right there. So like I said, I'm going to move it off the hot fire. Don't that look great? And just let it simmer for about 45 minutes to an hour and soak up that Maker's Mark whiskey and the hot sauce and all the everything. It's making my mouth water. All the stuff I put in there, and that'll be our bacon jam. So let me get that done, and then we'll cook a burger. Yeah, don't that look good? Don't that look like something? Wow, that's beautiful. All right, let me get that finished, and we'll make our burgers so we can put our bacon jam on the burger. So stay tuned. I almost forgot the most important part of this whole thing, and that is a half a cup of brown sugar. You don't put that brown sugar in there, you're not going to get candied anything. So let's put a half a cup of brown sugar in there and get that stirred in. I apologize for my lapse of memory. It's getting worse. The CRS is progressing. It's getting worse. So yeah, there we go with the brown sugar. That's the most important part of this whole enterprise. We want to get this bacon to be like candy bacon. But we still got to simmer it a while before we get to the point where it's bacon jam. We want to cook that down. Oh boy, now we're talking. You know what? I think I'm going to put a little bit more brown sugar in there too. Just because I forgot. That's why. Okay, there we go. Now we're talking about something. That brown sugar glaze on that sugar cured bacon is going to make my bacon jam amazing. So let me get that cooked up, and then we'll come back and cook a burger. Don't that look good? Stay tuned. All right, my bacon jam is done. I got it in a jelly jar, and that stuff will keep in the refrigerator. Can you see that? That stuff will keep in the refrigerator for about a week, and you can freeze it and keep it for months. But now I'm going to make a burger. I got some of my root boy rub #1. Use whatever burger seasoning you like. I happen to like this. I'm just going to patty up this burger and get it on the direct fire. Just going to patty that puppy up, you know, the way I want it. Get a nice thick, making a kind of a backyard style burger right here. You know, I usually make a smash burger, but not today. I'm just going to make a burger, a rather large burger patty with some of my rub on it, which is excellent stuff. I'm going to put that on direct fire and get it cooked up. Show you what that looks like. There it is. We're going to get that cooked up. Then I got some cheese to put on there, and then we'll build this burger. So stay tuned. Alright, let's build this burger. I got my nice toasted ciabatta bun. I'm going to put some bacon aioli on the bottom of the bun. Good stuff, man. Let me tell you what. Can't never have too much bacon, do you think? Too much bacon on this burger? I don't think so. So we got some bacon aioli on the bottom of the bun. We've got a slice of tomato just to shut the Vegematics up. Then I'm going to get my burger over here. The burger has got some sharp cheddar cheese and some habanero cheese on it. And then the star of the show, of course, is the bacon jam that we're going to put. We're going to pile up some bacon jam on top of that burger, just like that. Don't that look good? You know what? I almost hate to cover it up, but I got to cover it up. I'm going to put a little bit more of that aioli on there, on top, that bacon aioli. That's good stuff. We'll cover that puppy up. Let me go get a beer. We'll come back. We'll cut that in half, take a taste, and drink a beer. What do you think? Stay tuned. There's the Frosty Root Boy mug. Here's today's beer. This is Ommegang Brut IPA. Brut IPAs are the coming trend in IPAs. Brut is normally a term usually associated with the champagne. It means extra dry champagne. Anyway, I guess this is an extra dry IPA. There's only one way to find out, right, Lasso? Oh boy, it's extremely pale. Got a lot of fizzy head. Look at that, almost looks like champagne in the glass. Look at that. I expect that head to dissipate quickly, just like champagne. And like I said, this is the coming thing in IPAs, the Brut IPA. Anyway, I think that's how you say it, Brut, B-R-U-T. Is that how you say it, the champagne, Brut? And they call this dry sparkling IPA. Anyway, you know it's going to be dry. So what can we do, Lassa, but take a sniff. Take a sniff of this completely pale IPA. Oh wow, it smells good. It smells good. Let's see how it tastes. Let's quaff the froth off it, Lassa. What do you think? Wow, I like it a lot. It's very light. What's the ABV on that? I don't know. I wish they'd write it on here. I could say, oh, 6.3% ABV. Look how light that is. It's almost like champagne. It's like the champagne of bottled beers right there. Ommegang Brut IPA. Sorry about the light here. Anyway, let me cut into my burger and take a taste. Stay tuned. Okay, let's cut into this puppy and see what we got. Cut right down the middle of it. Ah yeah, open that puppy up. How's that look? That's my bacon jam burger. I gotta get some of that in my mouth right now. I'm dying of hunger. Oh yeah, how's that look? Not too shabby. Oh boy. Let me tell you what. Bourbon Bacon Jam. Nothing better. Oh man, I gotta have some more of that. Look at that puppy. Does that look good? Ah, that's amazing. I tell you what. You know what I always say? If you like this crap, please subscribe. If you don't, go see my buddy Kent. Kent is Daddy Dutch Cooking and Barbecue. He's a cool dude. You might know Kent from CJ's Hot Seat show. That bacon candy is excellent. That bacon jam. Anyway, if you like this crap, please subscribe. If you don't, go see Kent, Daddy Dutch Cooking and Barbecue. Come back next week. We may not cook anything good, but we will drink a beer, and I'm really liking this Brut IPA. Very refreshing. Anyway, this burger is out of sight. babies, let me tell you what. You got to make some bacon jam and make yourself a bacon jam burger. All right, babies. We'll see you next week. Bye.